Hey everybody, what's going on? So today we're skating a new board. I set it up off camera because it's just kind of a pain in the butt to film a setup video where you're like trying to film all the steps and stuff. You guys have seen me set up a board, but we did change up a lot this time. So very excited because I've been really interested in these football shape boards for a long time. So we have a 9-inch skate metal. It's 9 at the widest spot in the middle. But where my trucks are is an 8.5, basically. It's pretty much right on the money. And I like that a lot because I get to keep the same trucks I've been riding, have a little bit more board in the middle, but my nose and tail now are slightly more pointed. I don't know if you can tell, see the shape there, but it's slightly more pointed. And I think, I don't know, I think I just like that a lot. I think a longer nose, a longer pointier nose would be good for like nose slides and stuff. And flip tricks, I think 360 flips will be way better on this thing. I don't know, I've just always really wanted to skate one ever since I saw like Corey Kennedy skate one and Frankie Villani and a few other people I see him skating them, and they look so fun. It's like, it's cool because it's kind of like a shape board, but it's also very similar to a popsicle stick, so it's not super abstract when you're trying to skate it. It doesn't feel like crazy different. And the reason I like this shape in particular, the Karen Caples, or Karen, Karen Caples skate metal, is because of the short wheelbase on it. So this deck is the exact same length as my old shop boards I was riding, but the wheelbase is 13.38 or 8.3. I'll put it on the screen here because I have it written down someplace. But yeah, I like a short wheelbase. I'm 5'11" with short legs, so I just like a board with a shorter wheelbase, and then it makes it more responsive because the trucks are a little closer together. But yeah, I think that honestly this will be a really fun board for me. Like I said, I like the short wheelbases, and every skate metal current Caples board is this shape. So if I ever want another one, it's really easy to find and get. But yeah. Let's go over some other stuff too. So I think you'll notice I put bones bushings in. I wasn't really having issues with the tensor bushings, but I was just at the shop and I'm like, I'm gonna give the bones bushings and the tensors one more try. I already know that the tensor bushings work fine. They're not like superior, but they're not like trash. So I'm like, all right, we'll give the bones bushings one more try. And I did switch out the bearings. I know I'm a big Bronson Raw fan, but I just happen to have some Bones Reds in the house that were new, and I'm using those because I'm poor and I can't afford new bearings just because I want them. So I had to use what I had, and I had some pretty much brand new Bones Reds in here, so they're super quiet still. I took the shields off, but yeah, Miles grip. That's what the shop had. That's what I got. And I don't mind Miles grip. I will say Miles is a great grip tape if you go through boards a lot. So Miles grip feels super broken in and perfect right when you set it up. It's not overly grippy like Mob when you first put it on. So it's a nice, like, perfect, throw it on your board, you're good to skate, like break-in period. But at the same time, on the opposite side of that is that if you ride a board for a long time, it starts to feel like it's less grippy. It wears out pretty quickly as opposed to like a Mob. So if you ride your boards for over a month, I would say get something like Mob. If you break boards like every 2 weeks, or you're just going through them like crazy because you skate every day, Miles is great too, because you can just, like I said, throw it on a board. It's perfectly grippy right off the bat. No need to adjust to it or anything. So, but yeah, that's the setup. Oh, and I have some pink riser pads, and I know it matches and it looks cool and it looks like I bought them, but I actually just had pink riser pads at the house, so it's just worked out that way. But I love this setup. I think it looks awesome. Ready to skate, so let's go skate. All right, so my initial thoughts on the skateboard are, it's really fun. The shape is definitely like I said, it's not so foreign that I can't skate it. Like the flip tricks came relatively easy. I didn't really feel like there was anything weird about it. Maybe on the half cab flip, I felt like it flipped really fast, which is weird because it's a wide board, so you think it would be flipping slower, and I was like, it was flipping really fast. I don't know if that's the wheelbase on the turn or whatever, but yeah, everything felt really good. And now we're at the ledge spot, and we're gonna do some nose slides, tail slides, grinds, mess around and see how that feels. You know, nothing too crazy today, guys. I also, this is I guess a piece of advice to all the people out there. When you try something new for your skateboard setup, or shape of your deck, wheels, trucks, stuff like that, don't go out and expect to just like be rip-roaring that day. Give yourself some time to adjust to the new setup. Don't expect it to work perfectly right away. You'll get frustrated and it just ends up having a bad day. You could get hurt. There's a lot of things that can go wrong when you do that stuff. So my piece of advice is just always, take it slow, enjoy yourself, feel it out. These are all things that I like. I think one of the funnest things about a new setup or a new shape or something is this time where you're like feeling it out, enjoying it, doing the baby steps, nose slides, tail slides, 50-50s, whatever your, skill range is, whether it's like, just doing some ollies off curbs or ollies up curbs or whatever it is. Take it slow. And again, don't expect it to be perfect day one, so I'm having a blast on it, and like I said, I want to try and get some super long nose slides. I got my wax with me today. I never brought wax to the spot like once, pretty much. I think like one time when I was doing the tail slide 270, I waxed it up. But like when I did the Dragon Formula Wheels video, I didn't bring wax, and everyone's like, it didn't look like you slid as far. It's like, well, I didn't even wax it, and they slid like 3 feet with no wax on that curb. So that being said, I brought wax today, and we're going to try and hold some long nose slides. That's the goal. I just want to get really good at nose slides and be holding them for a long time. So I'm going to try to get some of those. We're going to do some mess around stuff and just have a good time. So let's get into it. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Honestly, not too big of a difference. The bones bushings, they did have a little bit more of a responsiveness, I guess you could call it. Like they kind of snap back to where they're supposed to be. Other than that, the bearings felt faster, but that's just because they're new. My Bronson bearings, which I prefer, honestly, my Bronson Raws, they were like so rusted. One of them was like stuck to the axle. Like I've been skating those for like a year and a half, like through the winter, all that stuff. So I prefer those. Like I said, the bones is just what I had on standby, so that's what's in there. Got some nose slides, got the crook, got the Smith, got the tail slides, 50 shove. Everything felt relatively good. So I was able to do all the tricks that I prefer to do and like to do. And that's the most important thing. And some things felt really good. Certain things I want to test out, like manuals. I haven't gotten to manual something yet. when you shorten your wheelbase, that changes the balance point. So I'm interested to see if it helps or hurts my manuals. Everything else felt really good though. Unfortunately, this is why I hate waxing stuff, all right? I got wax all over my brand new grip tape. And I'm so bummed because miles is expensive and I want to skate this deck for a long time. Like, I want to really get used to it and maybe even order another one to see the difference in longevity of skating something. You'll never be able to like truly tell if something's better or worse just from one session. I firmly believe that. You need multiple sessions, multiple weeks. You gotta get really used to it, skate multiple different things. So this isn't like a review. This is just me testing out how I prefer this to my other skateboard. And like I said, I really like this setup so far. I think this might be my trendiest setup yet. I got a shape board, dragon wheels, tensor trucks. It's all the trendy stuff right now that makes you look not cool on a skateboard. I got it. So, but yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, risers aren't cool. Shape boards aren't really cool. I mean, they were cool. Now they're not really cool. Who knows anymore with skateboarding? A lot of people telling me dragon wheels aren't cool. But, you know, at 35, if you're still skating 101s, then more power to you. But at my age, man, I can use all the help I can get to squeeze any extra minutes out of my session or just make everything feel nicer. Like, this spot is like so bad with the cracks. And I can't tell you how many times I'd be riding up to a trick and a crack will actually bounce my foot and I'd have to like just ride past the ledge because my foot's in a bad position now. So that hasn't happened with these at all. I haven't even really thought about the cracks anymore. It's just like one less thing to think about. So if you think that like twin tails are cool because you don't have to think, where's my nose and tail? It's one less thing to think about. I mean, you should love dragon wheels. It's one less thing to think about. You don't have to worry about that little pebble. You don't have to worry about that like little crack at front of the stairs. You don't have to worry about that stuff. So I don't know. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing about the dragon wheels, and I'm gonna do one last video on them in a couple of weeks when I'm like kind of firmly decided on how I feel about them. So that's gonna be it, and then I'm done talking about them. So bear with me. There's gonna be one more video on that, and then we're done talking about them. I know. So that being said, love the board. The shape is perfect for me. Like I said, short wheelbase, wide, not super long. Because a lot of times when you get a wider board, they make them longer with long wheelbases, and I hate it. I hate it. So this is like my ideal shape, and I can't wait to like really get used to it and see what I can do on it. So that being said, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Turn on notifications so you know when I post videos, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video.
Don't know nothing about me, dude.